Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Crypto Spaces. Back with another Bells update video for you guys. Thank you so much to the community members that are showing support to the videos, sharing them on X. Hey, I really appreciate it. Like, you know, I found the project just like, you know, on X, just like anyone else. And I thought to myself, yo, this is a gem. This is the type of gem that comes around, you know, once in a lifetime, right? Similar to you saw with Bonk or Pepe, you know, this is like once in a lifetime type of gem. So I was like, yo, let me cover it on the channel. And I see the community, the Bells community, you know, sharing the videos on X and, you know, spreading the message, you know, supporting the videos. And I truly appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for that. Bells, you know, I think I started to cover it around 20 cents on the channel. Now it's at 27 cents, guys. So it's growing. Not much people are talking about it. They're gonna be late. You know, we're the ones that are early. We're the ones that are gonna get the massive gains because we're here before the crowd is here, right? Sitting at $16.6 million in market cap, $629,000 in 24-hour trade volume, and the trade volume is still under $1 million. Just goes to show how undervalued this project is, you know, but not for long, right? I think Bells, like I said in previous videos, because it's the first coin created by the Dogecoin founder, Billy Markets. It's a proof of work layer 1. Proof of work meaning there's miners that secure the network, which is much better than proof of stake, in my opinion. Right to this day, Bitcoin is still a proof of work layer 1. People don't do their research on the technology of the space. They just think about like, how do I make money? How do I get gains? They don't do any research on the, you know, the tech behind like the projects that stick around. Dogecoin, people see Dogecoin as just a meme coin, and it's a proof of work layer 1. People could launch coins on Dogecoin or, you know, Doginals or NFTs, whatever you want to call them. And the same thing here with Bells, right? You could launch Bellinals. You could build other types of dApps on the project. And I think with the OpCat upgrade, there's going to be, you know, there's going to be DeFi that comes to the networks as well, right? Bells is also script mining. So you can merge mine it with Litecoin and Dogecoin, right? These are the types of projects that last multiple cycles. You see, Dogecoin is still around multiple cycles later. Litecoin is still around multiple cycles later, right? Same thing, you know, I think will happen here with Bells. Like long term, you could see $1,000 price for Bells in the long term, because eventually, in my opinion, the space is going to be cut in half. There's going to be the people that are traders, and you see what happens on Solana with like a ton of coins launching, and you have to get in, get out. You know, you have to 0.5 sold, just a bunch of chaos, right? And that's not my lane. I've made my gains from crypto by finding a great project, investing in it, being patient, and then taking profits. That's how I've made my gains from crypto, right? So I can't keep up with, you know, the Solana folk, right? And I feel like this bull run has been very isolated as well, where most of the what we've seen or performing assets that we've seen have come from, again, Solana, right? But I think it's going to take a change. I think it's going to take a turn where we see more Ethereum-based projects outperforming, and we're also going to see altcoins that have some type of actual value start to outperform. And in my opinion, Bells has a ton of value, and, you know, it's very underrated for what it is, right? You know, no tier 1 exchange listings is yet. Like multi-billion market cap for Bells, like 3 to 4 to 5 billion for Bells, I wouldn't rule it out. And I'm calling it for that this cycle as well, guys. If we don't get to multi-billions in market cap this cycle for Bells, I would say the community, you guys need to step it up. You guys are weak in comparison, because if we see these Solana projects like Fartcoin and PopCat and, you know, projects like AI16Z, you know how many projects I saw with Peanut. You know, they go to billions of market cap. They don't have any staying power, but they get to billions of market cap, right? So for Bells, as the first coin launched by the Dogecoin founder, if it wasn't for Bells, there would be no Doge, right? He had to fork Bells to make Doge. I think, in my opinion, multi-billions of market cap, at least $3 to $5 billion in market cap for Bells. That's what I'm calling for. I know, you know, people might be like, oh, you're a moon boy. Nope, this is what I'm going to stand on. and I'll be consistently making videos for the project. You know, even in the bear market, whenever it does happen, I'll still be making bells videos, because I think this gem is a type of gem like a Bitcoin, like a Doge, like a Litecoin. You just hold it for years, for years, and then you know, when you're much older, you could take out tens and hundreds of millions of dollars. That's what I think. Because proof of work is not going anywhere. Script mining is not going anywhere. It's just going to advance and get better, in my opinion. So we got some X tweets right here. Just going to scroll through from just sending something better than Cinco de Mayo coming to bells. We on May 5th, we have the final halving, 90% halving for bells, guys, which is going to be crazy. It's going to knock people's socks off, because again, the miners will get less reward in bells, so they'll have to increase their hash rate. When hash rate increases, typically price increases. Just thinning out bells. We can see there's a thin order book on bells on Mexi. I buy on Mexi, right? It's such a thin order book. Any little buy pumps the price. That's another thing I've noticed. The CEX liquidity is so low. If we start to see whales come into bells and they start buying like hundreds of thousands of dollars of bells, my price targets will not, you know, be much. My price targets won't be much of a moon boy target anymore, because the liquidity is so thin. The order books are so thin, right? You try to buy like $10,000-$20,000 in bells, you're gonna be pumping the price to like 30-40 cents, right? This is something I noticed as well. So imagine when real whales starts coming in to buy like hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars of bells. What kind of price targets will we see, right? Just send it once again. According to this chart, we should be 10 billion market cap, or 170 bells when bells going blockchain. Are you this old? Right here, we see all the top memes, right? We look at, and this is a thing as well, right? I remember Bonk, because I've been in crypto since like 2021. I got wrecked multiple times. You know, multiple times got wrecked. Got in at the top of the bull run, survived through the bear market, you know, and then Pepe came out. I was trading on ETH. Pepe came out, you know, got some gains from projects like some ETH memes that came out around the same time as Pepe. Then we saw Bonk for Solana, and we saw Whiff. Whiff, again, Solana memes don't have that sustainability. Whiff is, I don't know, is anybody talking about Whiff anymore? Bonk is still sustainable. That's the type of project I like, where the project keeps building. There's some value there. So that's why Bonk is staying relatively strong, and Pepe is staying relatively strong, because it's the most popular meme. Shiba as well. You see Shiba Inu is building. They got, you know, they're layer 2 and building all kinds of metaverse project, gaming, all kinds of different things. Dogecoin, obviously, Elon talking about Dogecoin, but not just that. It is a proof of work. Layer 1, people are buying NFTs or Dogenos. You know, they're buying things through the Dogecoin layer 2s. They're buying meme coins on Doge. And same thing happening here with bells, in my opinion. It's going to have that type of value, in my opinion, where it's one of those meme coins that's going to last multiple cycles. You saw Sheeb last multiple cycles. It hasn't had much of a run this cycle, but it still survived the bear market, right? So that means it's going to survive the next bear market, potentially, right? And I think Bells Coin is going to do the same thing here, guys. So I think this is a great project. Shout out to the Bells Coin channel or Twitter account, right? They are very active. Oh, I just noticed again that they posted a video from me. That's what I was looking for. They posted my video to their X account, and you know, I truly appreciate the support. Like I stated before, guys, I think Bells is gonna knock people's socks off, right? I got into projects like, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't made $1 million from crypto as yet, but I got into projects like, you know, Turbo early. A lot of people are talking about Turbo right now. I talked about Jasmine when it was super low on the channel before. You know, there was Bobo I've talked about as well. I got into Bobo super early, right? And my instincts are telling me Bells is gonna be one of those massive runners, right? In my opinion, guys. So let me know your thoughts down below. If you hold a project, if you're new to the project, what do you think of the project, man? And if you want to support the channel as well, I have my Bells I have a Bells wallet for you guys. If you guys want to donate, show some support. Keep the comments rolling in. I'm gonna do my best to continuously cover the project because I think it's gonna, again, like I said, turn some heads, man. And again, like $10 for Bells, I think that's undervalued. That's around like 500-600 mil market cap. I think this project deserves to be around billions, right? So raise the targets to $100. Just like how one of my biggest mistakes in crypto, personally, there's this project called SPX 6900 that you know, I had a ton of the coins, like, you know, almost 1% of the supply. You know, but then I got into Turbo and other projects in between there, like last year, right? Last year would have pretty much made me a millionaire, right? So I made a mistake with SPX 6900 not buying back in at the lows later down in the year, and then we saw Murad, and you know, it just absolutely went crazy. If I bought back in, boom, that would have been my $1 million trade. But you see, in this space, there's always opportunities. There's always other gems that arrive to help you to get to your goals, right? And these are the type of gems that I like to find early and be a part of, because I know they're gonna absolutely explode. So yeah, cutting off the video here, man. I think we raised the targets for Bells, just like how SPX 6900 say they're gonna flip the stock market or flip the S&P 500. We gotta flip something. We gotta flip Bitcoin. Let's flip, you know, the NASDAQ. Let's flip Nintendo stock. You know, how much is Nintendo stock? Is Nintendo a stock? I never looked at that. Nintendo stock. What's the market cap? It has to be a stock, right? Everything's a stock. All the big companies are. Nintendo stock market cap. What is 15 trillion JPY? 15 trillion. 15 trillion JPY into USD. Yeah, we gotta raise our targets, guys. If this is accurate, someone let me know in the comments section. But if this is accurate, it's $100 billion market cap. Nintendo is $100 billion in market cap. Is that accurate, guys? Let me know. But that's what I'm saying. We gotta raise our targets. The goals for Bells is to flip Nintendo stock, just like how the S&P SPX 6900 is trying to flip the stock market, the SPX 500, right? The S&P 500. Bells is here to flip Nintendo stock. And if it's $100 billion in market cap, let's go for those goals, guys. You know, this type of technology, crypto, if you believe in this space, if you believe in layer ones, if you believe in decentralized money and proof of work, script mining, the advancement of self-custody, you know, the advancement of not relying on banks, right? If you believe in that space, $108 billion in market cap. Let's flip that. Let's go to 110 billion for Bells, right? The goal for Bells is to flip the Nintendo stock, right? Let's get that going, man. But yeah, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm gonna end the video off here. Once again, thank y'all so much for the support, for sharing the videos, sharing them on X. I truly appreciate it. If you guys want to donate, I have my Bells wallet in the description. If you guys want to help the channel out, keep the content coming as well. And yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next one.